Bitcoin is doing something absolutely crazy right now. We are literally trading right between the 19.6 to $20,000 level right here on the 5-minute time frame, and it looks like, and the reason I'm using the 5-minute time frame is just because there's so much volatility. It actually looks like since we ended up dropping below the $20,000 range, we are potentially starting to use this area as an area of resistance, which is something that we were talking about on the YouTube channel. So today I want to explore with you, are we going to find resistance here and then potentially drop down much lower? Are we going to find resistance here and then potentially drop down just a little bit before maybe trying it again, maybe forming an ascending triangle, consolidating, and then bam, getting that breakout up? Or, you know, what could happen if we start pushing higher? So there's a lot to explore right here, and the thing is, right, what makes this actually quite dangerous is that we've just been plunging straight through these levels now. So, you know, if we look at things like the fear and greed, let's actually take a look at what this is updated to today. We were at a reading of 6 yesterday. I'd imagine that today is going to be lower. So let's wait for this. Okay, it was just another reading of 6, so that's pretty interesting. These are abysmally low. I mean, like I said, this is the second lowest reading we've ever had, ever, on the Fear and Greed Index, or on this particular one. And so that really says a lot, you know, from what I'm seeing, to be quite honest with you guys. But let me just bring the chart back on. Here we go. And the thing is right, if we end up rising a little bit higher, one of the key things I was warning about is things like the Ichimoku cloud potentially starting to offer a little bit of resistance in this market, right? If we are essentially trending lower, and this is really, I mean, it's right here at the moment where we are. And, you know, I just want to remind you guys that we didn't even hit the Ichimoku cloud basically since, I don't know, like right here. This is the 9th of June. It's now the 19th. It's 10 days later and fucking $20,000 lower, or 10.7k lower, actually, my bad, not that much. With $10,000 lower since we've hit the 1-hour Ichimoku cloud, and that's just not giving me the most confidence in the world, right? Because I mean, if we've dropped this much and we haven't really even back tested resistance levels, that's just showing that we're not able to muster significant enough bounces, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Now, granted, the 1-hour Ichimoku cloud is actually pretty low. It stretches between right now 20.3 to 21.5, and this is actually quite a resistance zone. I'm going to be talking about that in just a second here, but I don't think that these are going to be particularly big problems for Bitcoin. The main thing that I need to be seeing right here is if Bitcoin does actually manage to, well, first of all, break above this green line with some level of certainty and then rally up to this box, because this is kind of the real resistance level as far as I'm concerned. Just because this is where we initially got the bounce, as we correctly predicted on the YouTube channel, and where we got our subsequent resistance rejections, right? So we were talking about all of this on the YouTube channel just constantly, even way before the drop, and we were talking about this months ago, and how we would expect these kind of things to be taking place in the market. So if you haven't already, make sure you are hitting up the likes and staying subscribed to the YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on this content and that you do get it as soon as we publish it, because it's very, very time sensitive. Now, like I said, I'm not too worried about the 1-hour resistance levels and so on. 4-hour, I think, is going to be a little bit more significant. This taking us into, you know, towards the end of the month, the last few days of June, potentially seeing quite large areas of resistance up ahead right here. For now, we are just in a, you know, somewhat decent bounce. I'm not liking the volume here, to be honest. I mean, this is just a Coinbase chart, but across the board, volume isn't fantastic, in my opinion. Even on this move right here, I mean, it's, you know, it is quite a move. We are obviously, you know, moving up a little bit, and, you know, we're due for a bounce, right? I mean, we have seen a fairly significant bounce now from low to high. I mean, it's a 13-14% bounce. It's really, I mean, it's about the best we seem to be getting a lot of the time, right? This was also about a 14% move up, so we're seeing something similar right now. The thing is that if we do end up getting a rejection right here, I mean, that's going to be like the ultimate back test, really, isn't it? That's going to be where what I'm concerned about now is, you know, if people are basically thinking, well, shit, I didn't get a chance to sell at 20k, now I have a chance. You know, that could potentially trigger another quite large waterfall, because what we've seen, and we were talking about this on the channel extensively, is that basically anywhere below $20,000, below, I don't, even like 18, just whatever, anywhere really below 20k, to be honest, we should be expecting quite harsh kind of waterfall sell-offs, and that's exactly what we started to see, right? I mean, these are, you know, this was a 4% move down in 2 hours, ladies and gents. That's quite a bit, and this was a 10% move down within half a day. I mean, these are quite extreme bits of price action here as we start dropping lower. And again, I mean, all we've done here is potentially exhausted more demand by rising up. And so if we have less demand as we're going up, because sellers start stepping back in, well, I mean, it could just trigger another big wave of panic, and that is something that I want you guys to be very, very well aware of. Now, obviously, these kind of things make for great trading environments. I'm doing it all on Bybit. If you want to be trading on the same exchange that I'm using, check them out with the link in the description down below. And when you use that link, you're going to be getting $600 for free just by signing up using my link in the description. Then go ahead and check out the rewards hub after you've done that, and you'll be able to get your $600 completely free of charge just by using the very, well, you don't even have to use it. You just have to sign up to it using my link, and then head over to the rewards hub. So check it out. Very, very cool to be getting free cash just to use, what is, in my opinion, the best exchange in the space. By the way, I've been working with these guys for years, so I'm super biased, but I already had this opinion before I started working with them as well. Let's head back to the chart right here and take a look at what else we've got. The momentum now really catching up with the trend. The 1 hour EMA ribbon, let's just wait for this to load up. It's probably not valid anymore, but let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's we've basically broken above it now, so that's good to see. The 4 hour time frame, though, I'm guessing we are right in that resistance as we speak right now. Let's see how this is looking. Yeah, right there. This is a heavy area of resistance. This whole range, really, because we kind of consolidated here, could be a bit of a problem for Bitcoin. But what the best thing to see right now would be is, in my opinion, is that we're able to kind of climb above into this range. Maybe we get a rejection at 21, something like that, something relatively small. But if we can come back down, back test this area as support, that's going to be potentially what allows us to really start targeting these higher levels. And again, the thing I want to remind you guys about with these kind of bounces is that we don't need to do a whole lot, right? As long as we're able to clear kind of like these highs right here, I think we're going to be able to see a very big rise up towards 26, and another potentially quite large rise up to 29, 28 if we clear that as well. So there's a lot of good things that can happen with this chart, just purely because we didn't have any support on the way down. And so again, I've been saying this constantly, we can't expect resistance on the way up either. I mean, there is going to be some level of resistance just because we're in a bear market, and there are a few levels that offer resistance on this chart, but it's really not that big of a deal compared to other resistance levels that we have had to deal with in this market. So that is something that I'm keeping an eye on. Let's take a look at the altcoin market as well. Everything is in a little bit of a bounce today. Dominance continuing to slide down just a little bit over here. Bitcoin up by 2% in 24 hours, but Ethereum nicely back above that $1,000 price level right now, which is pretty cool. Really, if Bitcoin's at 20k, Ethereum should be at least $1,400 in my opinion. So Ethereum still very weak, but that is still nice to see. I mean, one of the things that I'm very keen on watching is just how Ethereum is interacting with Bitcoin, because obviously I'm quite bullish on Ethereum overall, right? I actually think that Ethereum in the very long run will continue to outperform Bitcoin in terms of financial gains. It's not to say that I think it's a better coin. I just think it's a better investment. But, I've got to be picking these bets wisely. I was actually on MDX's live stream last night. Shout out to those of you who tuned into that. We're going to be doing another live stream on this YouTube channel later on today, so make sure you are hitting up those likes and staying subscribed, like I said, so that you don't miss out on this content. It's going to be me and him doing a live stream right here on this YouTube channel. As long as he doesn't get too drunk, I need to keep him away from the fucking alcohol, this guy, holy shit. And if we're good, we're gonna be doing, well, I'll be good, I won't drink, so I'll definitely be doing a live stream, and hopefully he'll be joining me, and that is going to be very cool. By the way, that's gonna be actually, I'm not entirely sure, but it will be later today, so just yeah, make sure you got the bell ticked and everything. What I was saying there is that I am looking for potentially, I mean, the problem with this chart is there is, again, just it's the same trend everywhere. It's the same signs everywhere. There is no support until we see a much bigger drop. This is the key area of support that I'm seeing on this chart for Ethereum, and it is a lot lower. Ethereum would have to nearly halve in order to reach this range right here, and that's halving against Bitcoin. So I don't even want to think about what that means in terms of the dollar price. It may not happen. That's actually quite a bearish piece of analysis from me, but I am still looking out for this because I'm keen on buying Ethereum. You guys know the deal. I sold all of my Ethereum on the last big leg right here. I bought a bunch right here for a nice trade, made 200%, and then sold it all almost exactly right at the top. I mean, it was pretty damn, it was at the top within like $50. It was super, super impressive. And that's where I sold my whole stack right before this whole shit started. VIPs knew all about it, so that's always going on inside of VIP. I've been continuing to trade these markets. I actually got stopped out on my Binance trade that I made last night. To be honest, I shouldn't have made that trade, but it was a very small loss. It was no more than 7-10% loss, so nothing too crazy, but still, I'm not always making money. I know that that's quite obvious, but I've got to say it anyway because some people think that for some reason I'm just constantly making profits. Unfortunately, it's not like that. I do take L's sometimes, but they're very controlled, and that's how the account growth stays relatively consistent and predictable. So if you want to be able to jump inside of 𝗓𝗡ly's VIP, see exactly what's going on behind those closed doors, then check it out by following these steps on screen, and it's discounted right now. So go ahead and take advantage of that if you like getting things cheaper. And again, if you like getting free money too, then Bybit, linked down below, is yours for the taking. You're going to be getting $600 by signing up using my link in the description down below. Go ahead and check that out. Ethereum, yeah, like I said, they're definitely in a bad place against Bitcoin, and to be honest, not in a great place against the dollar either, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it doesn't really have any support. This is a very awkward range for Ethereum. I mean, it really just hasn't traded around the $1,000 level very much throughout its price history. So honestly, ladies and gents, I mean, I'm still seeing $800. That's quite an obvious target as far as I'm concerned right now in this chart. I hate to say it, but that's what I'm seeing, and so that's, well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Anyway, even though I do hate to say it, I do think that this is decent support. I mean, if I had to compare these support levels, I would say Bitcoin's equivalent to this is $14,000. So that's good. That's actually pretty good. That's going to be interesting, and yeah, I think once these things start rallying again, even if it's just a reaction rally within a bear market, perhaps something that looks a little bit like this, and then we continue dropping, which again, I don't even want to make conclusions on if this kind of thing is going to happen, because I don't think these are good exercises, because in order to be right about a move like this, you need to first be, first the price needs to fall down here, then it needs to rally all the way here, and then it needs to drop down to here, and then support needs to collapse, and it's just, you're imagining that too many things are happening the way you expect them to, and it's just not going to be the case. So I don't like to hypothesize those kind of questions. That probably wasn't a valid sentence. I don't like to think about those kind of questions. I am much more interested in in just the simple stuff. If we do get a reaction rally, how extreme could it be? Can I temporarily position myself in Ethereum to accumulate more Bitcoins? That is obviously always the goal. Bitcoin right here, like I said, though, just sitting pretty at 19.7. If it is able to rally up, then like I said, I am going to be looking at that 22k area to see how we interact with it. It could be the beginning of quite a large bounce. Right now it's not off to a phenomenal start, but we're also not doing anything particularly horrible either. So this is just going to be a kind of wait and see. I mean, really what's going on here is you've got groups of traders that are accumulating Bitcoin before a potential blow up to the upside, and then opposite groups of people that are distributing Bitcoin, because they they know that they think they know that if they sell Bitcoin too aggressively right now, it'll just trigger another big waterfall sell-off. So you've basically just got people, perhaps taking profits on their positions slowly, expecting another dip down. This is a real equilibrium. This is about as real as it gets. We're basically stuck right within a 1.5% range, and we've been here for about 2 hours now. So I know that is not a long time frame, but obviously at a time like this and at a price like this, 2 hours of trading is very important, right? So I've obviously been watching these charts very closely over these last few days, and that's why I'm coming at you guys with all these videos and live streams as well. So tonight's one is going to be very cool. Definitely make sure that you don't miss it. I'm going to have to get going now though, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, do me a favor and smash up those likes. Really fucking moon them up if you are appreciating this content right here in the bear market. If you're excited for the next live stream, again, just double check that you are subscribed, that you've got the bell ticked, and that you're in our free 𝗪𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏 Telegram channel with the first link in the description down below. We're also going to be giving you updates on when that live stream is going to happen in that Telegram channel, so check it out as well. And you also get more free analysis from myself and my team around the clock. If you want to take things to the next level, jump into VIP, then you have to click on my name at the bottom of any post inside of 𝗪𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏. So no matter what you do, you're going to have to follow that first link if you want that extra content. And then click on my name and then click on send message. Again, this is the only way to reach out to me. If you try and find me online by typing my name, you're only going to get impersonators, and they will scam you, they will take your money, and they will fucking block you, and it's disgusting. So please stay away from them and only use links that are in the description of my videos. And this applies to every other YouTuber as well. Just use the links that they give you. Don't go out trying to find them yourself, because you will find impersonators. It's pretty crazy out there. One final time, $600 free of charge. Check it out with Bybit. It's free money. There's nothing you got to do for it. So it's well worth taking. And I'll see you all in the next video. Hope you have enjoyed this one. I'm out. Bye-bye.